Next Tuesday, on July 4th, we will witness a celebrated annual tradition in the US, watching your drunk uncle burn themselves trying to light fireworks in the living room. But another thing we will witness is a bunch of men and women stuffing hot dogs in their face as fast as they can in 10 minutes. Yes, you can probably watch this at any backyard party throughout the country, but I'm talking about the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. And if you know anything about this event, then you probably know who is more than likely to win. That is Joey Jaws Chestnut, a man so dominant at his craft that it seems others should just give up trying. But with his dominance, we ask today, is Joey Chestnut the most dominant athlete of all time? Joey Chestnut burst onto the competitive eating scene in 2005 as a student at San Jose State University, after his college roommate, who noticed he had a huge appetite, persuaded him to start competing. In that year, Chestnut won the deep fried asparagus eating championship by eating 6.3 pounds of asparagus in 11.5 minutes. He would also win the World Waffle Eating Championship and set a world record by eating 32.5 grilled cheese sandwiches in 10 minutes. And 2005 would also be the first year that Joey competed in the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, where he ate 32 hot dogs and finished third behind Sonia Thomas and the undisputed best in the world at that time, Takiro Kobayashi. Before Chestnut, Kobayashi dominated the competitive eating scene. After 2005, he won his 5th straight mustard belt and did so in dominant fashion every time. The year of 2006 would be where the dominant wins ended. Kobayashi did pick up his 6th straight mustard belt, but only by 1 3/4 of a hot dog. So for Chestnut to become the GOAT, he had to get past this man. It's the competitive eating version of Michael Jordan having to get past the bad boy Pistons. In 2007 for Joey Chestnut would be like 1991 for Michael Jordan. He would set world records for chicken wings, crystal hamburgers, sausage kolaches, and pulled pork sandwiches. And in his 3rd try, Chestnut would go down to the wire with Kobayashi and finally defeat him to win the mustard belt after setting a then record 66 hot dogs in 12 minutes. And from then on, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest would basically become the Joey Chestnut Show. After 2 close finishes to Kobayashi the following 2 years, including an eat-off in 2008, he would win the next 4 by an average of 13 hot dogs. But 2015 would end the 8-year reign of Joey winning the mustard belt after Matt Stoney would pull off the upset, defeating Chestnut by 2 hot dogs. But after this upset, Chestnut made sure it never happened again. He ate 70 hot dogs the following year to beat Stoney by 17, and every year since, he has ate at least 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes, except in 2022, where he put a protester in a chokehold. He would also win these next 7 mustard belts by an average of 17 hot dogs. But with Joey's ability to put food down his throat better than anyone, how does he compare to some of the other dominant athletes of all time, as crazy as that may sound? Let's look at Chestnut's 15 mustard belts. That's more titles than any single player won in major sports leagues, but these are team sports. What about major individual sports? Those 15 titles are more than any tennis player at a major, more than any golfer at a single tournament, more than any World Drivers' Championships or NASCAR Series won. But in comparing Chestnut and Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest to other greats at single events, what separates Chestnut is his pure dominance. Since 2007, Chestnut has ate an average of 66.75 hot dogs, and in his 15 victories, he has an average win margin of 13.2 hot dogs. If we're going to compare, imagine a golfer winning the Masters every year by an average of 13 strokes, which is 2 less than what Tiger Woods did at the 2000 US Open to break a 138-year-old record to win a major by 15 strokes. And going past just the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, Joey Chestnut has 55 world records in 55 different disciplines, giving him a world record of world records. With the 55 world records that Joey Chestnut owns, that puts him 23 ahead of the next closest in Patrick Bertoletti. And granted, I'm sure Chestnut could widen the lead if he attempted the same records as Bertoletti. But regardless, just based on the records and stats, Joey Chestnut is the greatest competitive eater of all time. And it's not even an opinion, it's just a fact. Since 2007, he has dominated the sport like Tiger Woods in the 2000s. But that last sentence is the problem in trying to answer if he is the most dominant athlete of all time. Is Joey Chestnut even an athlete? Is competitive eating even a sport? Or is it just some strange competition of men and women shoving food down their throat? Oxford Dictionary defines sport as an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. Obviously, competitive eating involves competition, and it's entertaining to me at least, and people on YouTube clearly love watching people shove food into their mouth fast. But the physical exertion part is where some people may draw the line. Does competitive eating really involve physical exertion? Well, if you ask Joey Chestnut's toilet on the night of July 4th, then yes, it does involve physical exertion. And skill, no matter your thoughts on competitive eating, it takes tremendous skill and determination to do what Joey Chestnut does. Professional eaters like Chestnut, Matt Stoney, and Kobayashi have to train extensively and put their bodies through a lot to do this. But then again, there are many obscure sports and competitions that involve a lot of sacrifice and determination, with less reward than what Chestnut has. And where is the line between just a competition and a sport? In that case, in this list of dominance, can we add Ken Jennings winning 74 games of Jeopardy in a row, or The Undertaker at WrestleMania, or Ric Flair's 16 championships, or SpongeBob winning Employee of the Month 374 times in a row? It just depends on what we consider to be a sport or not. If you do consider competitive eating a sport, then you have to include Joey Chestnut in the most dominant athletes of all time. Just based on what he did in 2021 alone, that is the human eating hot dogs fast equivalent of Secretariat at the Belmont Stakes. To put it simply, watching Chestnut compete in the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is like watching Usain Bolt in the 100-meter dash. It's not a case of if he will win, it's a case of how much will he win by. And only in this country could we possibly compare a guy eating 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes to the fastest man in the world. And when Joey Chestnut inevitably ends up winning his 16th mustard belt on Tuesday, even though 99% of the country won't know about it, he will inspire countless dads across the country to attempt to break his records while downing warm beer and giving their neighbors third-degree burns after shooting the fireworks in the wrong direction. And all of this is just an annual American tradition to showcase the dominance of Joey Chestnut.